Hi, I'm MorganWider, personal style expert, speaker, and author of the book, The Worthy Wardrobe. Here's a dichotomy about my childhood. I loved fashion. I was always drawing. I had a sketchbook. I remember vividly there was a school field trip and I was on like the front seat of the bus, and I was drawing sketches of dresses. So like I always loved fashion, but then I was the only black girl, tallest black girl, biggest girl in all of my classes in Minnesota, and I felt self-conscious. So I would always wear baggy clothes. I shopped in the Husky department up until college. I was always hiding my body. I didn't want to be noticed. So I had like this secret love affair with fashion and style, but didn't think that I deserved to be noticed in the clothes. My current personal style, I call myself a bit of a rock star. I have a personality style quiz that I give clients, and it assesses their personality and their audience. And for me, it's about how can we match what you feel like you are and then who your audience is, and how do we create a brand that really resonates with who's viewing you, like if it's your clients, your family, whomever. And one of the profiles for me is the rock star. Like I have a little bit of an edge. The reason I didn't make it in corporate America too long is I was always like fighting for a cause, and I was always wanting to just do things differently. So there's like rock star in me, but then a little bit of corporate. I actually spent 10 years in corporate retail. So I was a product merchant, which meant that I was helping designers tell them what to design for the season, and then helping with the financial planning team and say like, how do we make this sound investment? So it was a good mix for me of creative with designers and then financial planning. And I got to like be in store. I loved being around customers and product. I worked for brands like Gap, Banana Republic, Old Navy. And I learned that I love being around customers and learning what makes them tick and what makes them buy. And that's kind of how it led me to styling. Honestly, it was meditation. I was in corporate retail. I was miserable. I was stressed. I had a pain in my chest that I thought was just normal until I had gone on vacation and was going back to work that Monday. I'll never forget this. And I went to like put the key in the door to lock my apartment, and the chest pain came back. And I was like, oh, that's what this is, and this is not for me. And by this point, I found a church that I love in Atlanta, and I've been working on how do I want to live in the world and how do I want my life to look like, and it doesn't include chest pain. And I knew that I love clothes, and I thought I wanted to try image consulting. I wanted to work with, I thought Real Housewives of Atlanta. They never found me, and we'll talk about that in a second, I'm sure, but that became my passion of like, how can I meld style and what I know in the corporate retail space, and how do I help women make smart purchasing decisions, but then also live a life that I feel good about. No matter what you're doing, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're even in corporate America, because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And if you're hiding behind all black, if you're hiding behind knocking in front of social media, if you're hiding by not getting on stage and sharing your message as a public speaker, you are not getting visible, so people can't know you, like you, and then do business with you. So that's one aspect of visibility. Oftentimes we think, especially if you're the smart person or the creative, you think that your product or the work that you're producing matters, but your image also matters. And one of the quotes that I say often is, people can't hear your message if you look a mess. And we as society and humans are visual creatures. So if you've created a very great product or presenting a really great presentation, but you look a mess and look sloppy, people are going to associate sloppiness with maybe that this project isn't done well. So as you present yourself, make sure that you're in alignment with your brand and your product. When I started writing the book, or what prompted me to write the book, was that most of my business at that point had been corporate speaking. So I started as a speaker to find professional women who would then hire me as a stylist, realized I love speaking, and as I started doing more speaking engagements, people would ask, do you have a book? And I'm like, no, I don't have one. And the opportunity came through a community writing program to write a book, and my mentor who was helping me said, okay, what do you want to write the book about? And I said, oh, well, I have this executive presence stuff like I already talked about. I'll just like package that up and put it in a book so I can sell at my workshops. And he said, Yeah, you can write a commercial for your business, or you could become a thought leader. And what do you want people to know about how they feel about their wardrobe? And I was like, oh, challenge accepted. Now that the sun figuratively is rising on this part of our life, wear the color. Like green is a really popular color right now because it represents like new life, fresh life, like things are blooming and blossoming. Have some fun, like get noticed and not be afraid to like buy a red pair of shoes or buy like a pink blouse. Like mix those things up so that you can feel fresher and brighter. No matter your weight, your size, your race, your age, your gender, I want you to know that you're worthy of being noticed, that you matter, and that clothes are a way to help you get noticed. And that's how the Worthy Wardrobe came to be. Entrepreneurship is a mindset. It's not necessarily just about what you do, but also how you think. And I think for me, as I mentioned, my entrepreneurship journey started from a place of faith. And that's a lot of entrepreneurship is like you have to have faith that whomever you pray to, or if it's the universe, will provide. That your next check will come some way, somehow, even if you don't know where it is. I think a lot of times we think of entrepreneurship as grind and work and work and do. And a lot of times some people are overworking or working too much and being busy but not productive because there's that lack of faith that all of your needs are always taken care of. I think a lot of us women, our stories around style and fashion aren't being told, especially when it comes to like the intersection of style and culture, right? Like how you feel about your body or your boobs or your hips is not just about you, but you've heard or picked up something somewhere, whether it's in your family or your culture or your race or society. And I want to explore those intersections via clothes. My beloved pastor, Dr. Barbara Lewis King, who made her transition in 2019, in one sermon she said, someone else's destiny is tied up into your obedience. And so I think of that of like, I have to be obedient to my message, my purpose, my mission that God has given me in order to help someone else be who they're meant to be. So the days that I am struggling with getting on social media or promoting my business, I am not only hurting myself, but I'm hurting someone else from being able to see me and work with me and then their lives be impacted. So as a creative, sometimes we get